Hello, fabulous Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2015, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, where it comes to love, and actually where it comes to just about every area of your life, I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm always going to be honest with you, but I got to say, this energy says truth all over it. It is things coming to light for you in every area of your life, and that certainly includes matters of heart as well. We have got Venus this month standing still in the sky early in the month and going direct after being retrograde in a very private, very secretive part of your chart. Now, the events that take place in the early part of the month will in some way speak to what was taking place in your life back towards the late part of June. So try to remember what was happening. I think at that time I said, especially in the weekly horoscopes, I was saying, write it down, take some notes, make sure that you reflect on them, because this is going to be a time now when you get that next step of clarity, an answer, and really feel like, okay, finally things are able to move forward now. So there is that energy that's there. And at the same time, this is taking place. This Venus direct is happening, as I said, in a very quiet part of your sky. And we've also got this conversation taking place between Mars in the same part of the sky and Uranus. And then, of course, we have, as I spoke of in the general focused horoscope, this very important solar eclipse happening in your sign as well. Uranus brings things to light. Uranus brings the truth out. Now, this is going to be a truth ultimately that does have a very positive implication. But then what we also have is that eclipse in your sign, which really is about the truth coming out as well. And so this is what I want to say about this. If you have been one of those Virgos, and not a lot, some Virgos, this will only apply to some Virgos, if you've been entertaining, whether it's just a fantasy, whether it actually has manifested into something that you've been trying to or wanting to ultimately keep a lid on, keep a little bit private, if any of that has been happening, this sky does suggest things coming out, the truth coming forward. This can work very much to your advantage, I have to say. And this actually could be a joint decision to actually bring things out a little bit more into the open. I do have a feeling, though, as I look at this, for some Virgos, especially those who are open to meeting somebody new, open to love, I actually think that if there has been somebody that you've liked, somebody who you've been interested in, who you think has been interested in you, maybe there's been some flirting, but it's been largely quiet. It's not necessarily something that you're, advertising all over the place or something. I think that this is going to bring some really surprising news about this other person's reality, this other person's situation, and where they actually are, and what they actually feel, and what might actually be more complicated than you realize in their life. Now, I do think that all earth signs are going to be experiencing this in some way, but yours is most likely to have that realization that, whoa, there's lots going on here, lots of complexity I hadn't realized before. And so in a way, while there's a part of you that was keeping things kind of under wrap, for some of you out there, you might have been keeping things under wrap even for yourself, things that you hadn't really fully appreciated or fully seen before. Remember this month, a big part of this month, and the most important part of this month really is the eclipse in your sign. So a lot of it is a focus on you. And so as I see, okay, yes, there's all this romantic stuff happening in the sky, happening in very private areas of your chart, at the end of the day, and ultimately, it all seems to be designed to get you to understand who you are so you can fully embrace this new chapter that is setting out in front of you. So if you're in an established bond, this is going to be a time when, whether you've been feeling good in the relationship, whether you sort of haven't really been sure what's going on more fully, this is going to be a time with that forward movement of just feeling like, okay, yeah, something good is happening, we're moving forward, we're together, and feeling a sense of quiet support, if you will, just feeling understood. And that can be really powerful because that feeling of being understood then allows you to focus on yourself and to know that someone else trusts you, and from there you can trust yourself to make whatever changes you need to make as part of your own journey, as part of your own process. If you are coming to learn about somebody, this idea of you realizing this is more complicated than you thought becomes that much more emphasized. If you have been interested in someone, but it's not that you've been dating them, again, it's more complicated than you might have realized, but in a way, this can also be really refreshing as well. You might realize that this person is a lot more on your wavelength than you previously appreciated. If you are open to meeting somebody new, a lot of this energy, and especially this Venus retrograde season, very likely for you had to do with clearing out the past, forgiving where forgiveness needed to happen, and essentially creating space for love to enter. Well, this solar eclipse is going to accelerate that process that even more. So in the middle of the month, as you are coming to a new understanding of yourself, that being in your truth ultimately is going to be the thing that helps you most to experience the type of love that you truly desire. Next month, we are going to have a really important month for you. Venus is going to be in your sign. Mars is going to be in your sign. So it does suggest that next month there's passion, there's love, there's openness. That's really when the universe is going to start working for you over time to help you see that when you are connected to who you are and your truth, that alone tends to be the most attractive thing that you can do to welcome in greater love. What I love about this month for you is clarity. It's really it. Clarity starts setting in. Clarity is welcomed. And from that place, you are able to more clearly define what love is for you. And with that clearer definition, you will find that the love you truly desire is able to move that much closer to you.